Phoebe Yu. This is how QR code payment blew up in India. And that's actually something I really am curious about, because I've been to India 4 times. This coming weekend, it's going to be 5 times, or maybe when this video comes out, I will have already been 5 times. Who knows? Who knows? Like when I, take the download and edit, you know. Yeah, it'll most likely already be 5 times. So, but why is it QR codes are so freaking used? Like, I barely ever have used one. I probably use one to link my phone from my Discord to the Discord on the computer and my Steam account. That's it. That is really the only 2 times I ever use it, to link my accounts from my phone to my computer when I upgrade something, because it kicks me out. That's it. That's it. But I guess I'll find out more.
Why is it that in India, everyone is paying with QR codes? Buying a train ticket? Scan. Getting groceries? Scan. In a rural village called Lordhai, locals would attach a mobile phone to a bamboo stick so that the phone can get internet access, just so the entire village can pay with QR codes.
That's how you pay. Yeah, that's how you pay. Everyone's using a smartphone. Everyone has good speeds of data. Everyone has a digital bank account, and that's how their life is. So India right now does the most amounts of digital transactions globally. That's crazy.
Just this August, UPI has reached 20 billion transactions in a single month. 20 billion in a single month. I have so many questions. How did UPI get so big? How is this impacting people's spending behavior? And if this technology works so well in India,
the biggest downfall of something like this, absolutely the biggest downfall of something like this, is the impulse buying. The impulse buying. When you have to open your wallet, you have to pull out the cash. When you have something in your hand 24/7, like let's say you're in the middle of talking to someone, you pull out your phone, you switch the app, you send the money. It's far quicker than having to pull out your wallet, give them a credit card, because you have your phone in your hand. Most people have their phone in their hand way too often. So it just makes people spend more, because impulse buying is more instant. It's not something you have to, in the middle of like holding it, carrying it, and things like that. Like, no. It's instant.
would it work in the States or another country? I realized that the reason why everyone is using QR codes to pay is in 3 parts. Disclaimer, I'm trying to answer why people use QR codes in India from a UX, psychology, and technology perspective. While the financial and legal implications of this payment method is important, it is not the focus of this video. All right, let's start. To understand why people are using QR codes, we have to understand first how they're doing this. Enter UPI, Unified Payment Interface. This is the backend system developed by the National Payments Corporation of India. Before 2016, when you wanted to send money to a merchant or a bank, you needed to know a lot of things. Bank account number, bank name, branch name, IFSC code. UPI gets rid of all of that. All you need to know to send money is a phone number or a UPI ID. Instead of a middleman holding all your funds, UPI sends money from bank to bank. This is safer, faster, and you're gonna like this one, free. What's unique about India with technology is the rise of mobile phones. I covered this in other videos, but basically, smartphones blew up compared to laptops.
Which is why online gaming is like mobile gaming is like #1 in India. Not computer games, not console games, it's mobile gaming. I've been wanting to get into that, but every time I'm like, no, because then I'd have to put my phone down here, and then I'd have to use it, and if my wife needs to send me a message, I won't be able to respond, and then she'd get frustrated. Maybe at some point I will, because my wife will be here with me in a few days, so I won't have to worry about, being on my phone 24/7. She'd just come into my office and bang on the door and be like, listen to me, and I'd be like, yes, dear. Absolutely, dear. But yeah, I mean, mobile gaming is #1 because it's everywhere. And I gotta say it again, I hate Apple.
It's cheaper, easier to carry, and eventually data and the internet became quite affordable. So within the last decade, as phones blew up, UPI saw this trend.
So what I pay for my mobile data is what my wife pays for her mobile data, for her Wi-Fi, for her high-speed internet, for several different connections, and her entire package, which includes a free Netflix, it includes free various different platforms, along with her deal. And she pays the same amount I pay for this, for just my data plan. Well, mine and my wife's US number data plan. Isn't that insane? It's absolutely insane. Why? Why is this so freaking expensive, the data plan? Because it's taken into account that you're in the US, so of course they're going to charge more. It's like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, maybe I should just go to India, have my wife put her name down for the international ATM? Is that what it is? ATM? Or ATEL? ATEL? Whatever it is. And I'm like, maybe I could just use that as my data, and then I'd check out, just use my phone number here, because I'd use the data plan from the ATEL, and then I'd use my phone number from the US. I don't think it works that way, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe.
And was like, okay, I see you. It quickly caught on and adapted to the mobile user experience. At one point, you could even use Nokia phones, the ones with keypads and everything, to scan and pay. But what made UPI really come to life are consumer apps. PhonePay, Paytm, Google Pay. If UPI was the skeleton of a person, these consumer apps would be the muscle. So why did UPI blow up specifically in India? Let's start from a user experience perspective. Just imagine the scenario. You're going to a chaiwala, you want your masala chai right now, but you don't have cash on you. That's fine, because even the smallest chaiwala would have a QR code. All you have to do is scan, pay, boom. Next thing you know, you're strutting around with a cup of cutting chai, 5 packs of parle and a plate of onion pakora. The act of paying is...
See what I mean? You're just gonna get the chai, but you end up getting a ton of other stuff because of the impulse buying, and you have it right at your fingertips. That's the downside of it.
So easy. This user flow, compared to other payment experiences, has a pretty low cognitive load, which is the total mental effort placed on a person's working memory at any given time. It's also a pretty accessible payment method, because to set it up, all you need...
Sorry. The fact that it takes people's brains to actually process... Oh... It takes a cognitive load to buy something. Oh my gosh, that's... Oh, I need to breathe. I need to breathe. It's like, oh, it doesn't take much to actually... Like, no, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Is a bank account and a phone. This is way more simple than the credit card approval process, which may take many days and is contingent on a credit score. Currently, even foreigners can use UPI when they visit India. So
I can't. I went to India. I have to have an Indian bank account in order to actually use the QR codes. Do I have to sign up with UPI? Is it that easy? Is that all I needed to do? I kept having this issue. It's just like, okay, well, I guess I'll send money to you. I guess I'll send money to you. I guess I'll have you pull out cash that I sent you. When I could have just done that? What the heck?
as you can imagine, UPI has changed the way small businesses do business. Even businesses from the most rural parts of India can trade with consumers living in urban locations. From a grassroots level, this has really helped the economy. Also, for both consumers and businesses, there is no transaction fee. Sending money online is free. Yeah, it's possible. Who would have thought? UPI also has great interoperability, which is a fancy word for it works everywhere. Even through texting consumer apps like WhatsApp. You can send money midway through a text. Now your auntie from across the country has no excuse not to send you money during holidays. Another major reason why everyone pays with QR codes in India is security. Let's come back to this chaiwala stand. As soon as you send money, both you and the chaiwala owner get a confirmation. A transaction has occurred. There's no such thing as pending transaction. Also, every single transaction is authorized by a secure PIN set by the user. With this fast speed and PIN feature, scammers became unemployed on the spot. Or did they? They actually just got very creative. So when this whole QR code thing first started, every store had a machine that displayed this code. And when you scan and pay this machine, it would have a voice that comes out of it saying, this audio announcement meant to be a confirmation that the buyer has paid their bill. Scammers caught on to this pretty quickly. And what they would do is scan a QR code, and instead of actually paying, they would pull up this pre-recorded audio recording that mimics this audio announcement, pretending that they have
Scammers. You just can't run away from them. You just can't.
paid. And the store owner, maybe they're tired or doing something else in the corner, hears this audio announcement and think that the person has paid, when in reality, they just got shoplifted. It got pretty bad. Some shop owners would print out the QR codes on a piece of paper, stick it on the wall, but what would happen is, as they're, again, busy doing something in the store, these scammers would come in, rip off the QR code, put a new QR code on that links to their own account. So every time a new customer comes in and scans the code, the scammer's getting paid. Yeah, unfortunately, fraud still happen. But builders caught on. With each scam story, they iterated on the product and built a better, more secure version. For example, in one of these apps, there's a button that shows up front and center on the interface. Send 1 rupee. You might think, why would I send a single rupee to someone? Turns out, this button is here solely for one purpose: confirmation. Before you send large funds to someone else, you want to make sure you're sending it to the right account. So you would send 1 rupee, ask if that person has received it, then you would feel reassured sending the rest of your funds to that account. From what I understand, this is a pretty common thing in India, and the speed of these transactions mimic the feeling of handing someone a bill physically, in real life, in real time. So when you're building a product,
It wouldn't mimic the feeling. The textile and everything, you lose all that. It's just you touching your screen. That you can't say it mimics the feeling.
for a specific user group, you want to
Unless you're
understand
talking
what are
about,
their
like,
specific
emotional.
preferences. How does culture impact the way they perceive security? So sending money through QR codes has become really easy, which makes me wonder, how is this impacting people's spending behavior? Well, just like tap to pay, money doesn't feel real. According to both anecdotes and research studies, people sometimes feel like they're spending like a billionaire. According to one study analyzing spending habits, after collecting over 200 surveys and 20 interviews, they found that around 74% of the respondents admitted that UPI has led to increased spending, while only 7% has said that it led to decreased spending, even though most of the participants in the study already budget. Many of you watching here are probably builder of products, but remember, we're also consumers. We're human. Frictionless payment sounds great, but be mindful of its side effects. Now that you understand its design, you can better take a pause before you buy things and think, do I really need this?
But then again, that was the issue, remember? That's why I started choking on the coffee, because it was it doesn't take much to actually think anymore. They want to cut out the middleman. If you buy more, it's a consumer, just consuming world. The goal is to sell you a product. Everything's to sell you a product. I'm here to sell you myself, basically. I'm selling you me as a product. I mean, that's just how it works. It's just how the world operates. It has always operated that way. And contrary to what people say about socialism taking over, it will always operate that way. If you have something people want, you will get something for it. It's just the way it works. It's just that way. It's just that way. So it's just like, of course, you want to make more. You want to work more in order to make more. You want to do more. So if they can cut out the middleman to make more, because people will impulse buy, because they'll think less, apparently. Well, of course they're thinking less because they don't have to think. They're on their phone already. They're going to go for it. They're going to do that.
Or do I feel like I can get it because spending money no longer feels real? If you're building any sort of payment experience and your users are struggling with impulse purchases, you might want to introduce a higher friction in this experience so that people can actually pause and think before they buy. Some examples are informational pop-ups, warning signs, because as shown in studies, people would appreciate apps that help them curb their spending and develop better financial habits. Also,
But the companies that are making money off of it don't want that.
side tangent, paying with QR codes has manifested in its own way in China. Let me know if you want a video on this or any other topic covering tech in China. So would QR codes work in the States? As of now, it's hard. First, there's a cultural difference when it comes to the idea of money. In India, the UPI system, you are paying with money that is in your bank. In the United States, where credit cards and buy now, pay later schemes have become popularized, the idea of money is different. So to move to a UPI system, there would have to be some fundamental cultural shift when it comes to money spending habits.
Yeah, because here that's like, rent to own. I mean, how stupid is that? But the thing is, the people that do that, like, let's say you're buying something costly. Let's say you're buying a brand new phone. You're doing a rent to own. And it's the same thing with like phone plans and things like that. You're doing a rent to own. I can spend $20 a month for 2 years, and then it's mine. Or I could spend $400 and own it now. I'll do the $20 a month, and then I just have to pay $20 a month. I don't have to think about it. It's just $20. But in the end, it's like what? Almost $500? It's almost $500 by the end you've finished paying it off. There's a lot of that rent to own crap here, and it is absolutely predatory because you end up spending more, and that happens with like loan. You always spend more for something when you don't pay for it immediately than when you just pay for it out front.
The second reason relates to the system. Many payment systems in the US are siloed. For example, if I want to send money to a friend, I use Venmo. If I want to send money to pay for a croissant at a cafe, I use cash
Yep.
or credit card. UPI, on the other hand, integrates across banks, payment providers, and merchants, making it universally accepted for peer-to-peer, business-to-consumer, and business-to-business transactions. But who knows? The world is changing. Never say never. All right, tech people, what can we learn? Notice that UPI might not work well everywhere, but it works extremely well in India. Instead of building for a thing that fits everyone, really dig deep into the specific pain points of the specific users that you want to help. Understand their needs, cultural preferences, socioeconomic background. All of that funnels into you building something that actually helps with a specific problem. And I'm wondering, if you have used UPI, what has been your experience? And for those of you who don't live in India and hasn't used UPI, why do you think the system hasn't expanded across the world? Why does it just...
I haven't been able to use UPI. That sucks. I would have liked to. I would have really liked to, because that's the thing. It looks convenient. Like, there are times where I'm there and I'm just like, all right, I'll forward the cash over to my wife's bank account so that way she can forward the cash over. It becomes this huge, long process. Honestly, if I known I could have just added my bank account to the UPI to begin with, that would have solved a lot of problems. Like, a lot of problems. Because here I am just sitting back, letting everyone else pay. Like, I paid for a lot of it, but I'm like watching everyone else use the QR code and everything. And I'm just like, I know I sent the money over, but at the same time, it's weird when I'm just sitting back and everyone else is just, oh, I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. I'm just like, well, my money's no good here. Oh my gosh. Good to know, though. Good to know. The fact that UPI is usable in foreigners because they had the PewDiePie there. Oh, I'm in India. I'm paying for stuff. I'm like, why couldn't I do that? I should have done more research. I really should have. I just went and my wife was like, I'll take care of everything. Wipe my hands clean of that mess. Crap, now that I've seen that, I'm going to have no excuse. It's like, hey, can you pay? Oh, yes, dear. I'll pay. Yes, I'll pay. Yeah, yes, I'll pay. Before I had the excuse where I could be like, my money's no good here. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh.
You guys got a video?
Alright.
It was so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.